So far, we've been doing 1.5 quadratic equations. Today is day 3, and your learning goal is that you will be able to solve these equations by using the quadratic formula. And we're going to use the discriminant to determine the number and type of solutions. So, if you can recall, the quadratic formula is x equals the opposite of b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. And basically with the quadratic formula, you just have to make sure that you plug everything in the formula correctly. And you shouldn't have any problems. You want to make sure all your equations equal 0. So let's try one. Okay, this is our first example. I always go through and identify A, B, and C. So A would be 2, because that's the number in front of x squared. B is negative 6, and C is 1. And I just plug everything in the formula. And notice my equation equals 0, because you want it to equal 0 before you start. So it's the opposite of B, plus or minus. And when you put in b squared, make sure you put it in parentheses. Minus 4ac all over 2 times a. Excuse me. And then from here, you just simplify what's under the radical. So that'll be 36 minus 8 all over 4. And I'm going to continue on the next page. Okay, so we had 6 plus or minus 36 minus 8 all over 4. And then once you get here, if you can simplify it, you want to. So that'll be 4 radical 7. Excuse me, 2 radical 7 all over 4. And then from here, you can divide them both, or divide everything by 2. And you'll get 3 plus or minus radical 7 all over 2. And then that's your solution. You can write them separately, or you can write them individually. And you can't divide just one term, you have to divide both. And then we'll do another one. Okay, and then we do like we did before, identify A, B, and C. And don't forget to put b squared in parentheses so you won't mess up on that part. All over 2 times a. So simplifying under the square root, we get 4 minus 48. So we are going to have a negative. And then I'm going to simplify that using negative 4 and 11. So that'll be 2i. And then if you divide everything by 2, you get 1 plus or minus I radical 11 over 3. Okay, so that's the quadratic formula. Okay, the discriminant is the part under the square root, the b squared minus 4ac. Notice no square root, just this part, and it tells you how many solutions and what kind. So if this answer comes out to be greater than 0, that means you're going to have 2 real solutions. If it's equal to 0, then you're going to have one real solution. And if it's smaller than 0, meaning it's a negative number, you're going to have no real solutions, which means that'll make it too imaginary. So that's what the discriminant tells you. And if you had to graph, that means this one would have 2 x-intercepts. This one would only have 1 x-intercept. And then this one would have no x-intercepts. Okay, so let's try a couple examples. All right, so we're going to compute the discriminant for each of these problems. So remember, we're going to do b squared minus 4ac. So b is 4, a is 3, b is 4, and c is negative 5. So b squared minus 4ac. So we're going to get 16 plus 60, which equals 76. So that means, since it's a positive, we're going to have 2 real solutions. Okay, and then, and since it's not a perfect square, that means that they're going to come out to be irrational. Here, a is 9, b is negative 6, and c is 1. So we're going to do negative 6 squared minus 4ac. So we're going to get 36 minus 36, which equals 0. So that means we're going to have one real solution. And then the last one, a is 3, b is negative 8, and c is 7. So we get negative 8 squared minus 4ac. So we're going to get 64 minus 84, which equals negative 20. This one will have no real solutions. Or you can always say 2 imaginary. I'm going to put, or you can put 2 imaginary solutions. And that's the discriminant.